Hey, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here, Pajama Grandma. Let's talk about 7 ways that you can turn your customers into lifelong raving fans who supersize and help grow your business for you. I want to do this through questions. I'm in the midst of wrapping up the first ever I've done Women's Summit, women business owners, speakers speaking to and sharing their information all about customers and how they find customers, how they keep customers, how they enhance the customer's experience, everything to do with customers, and how they create lifelong customers. I do this by asking just questions. And I want to challenge you to ask these questions to yourself about your business, and the answers that you come up with will tell you how close you are to creating lifelong customers who become raving fans and share your business as if it were their own. Because that's ultimately the goal for most of us, at least most businesses, most brands. We have a brand, we have a business because we want to serve people and we want them to love us so much and love our business and what we do for them so much that they spread it via word of mouth. Because ultimately, word of mouth and people sharing on our behalf is always the best possible way of getting the word out about your business. So, one of the things that I've learned from the Women's Summit that's really been clearly shown through the speakers is that we got to solve a problem for people. We have to offer solutions for them. That's the best, fastest way to reach people, by solving a problem for them. So what is the biggest problem that you solve for people? Now, when I had my Italian food business, really the biggest problem we solved for people was answering the question, what's for dinner? It's not really a great big problem, right? Now, I work with a woman named Joy who is fantastic, and she actually transforms people's lives more in one coaching session with her than in a year of therapy. And she's got lots of studies and case studies and coaching students to prove this, that they've had these massive shifts in transformation. That is a big problem that you solve for people. That is a much bigger problem than what's for dinner. So ask yourself, what is the biggest problem that my company and I solve for other people? Because the bigger the transformation, the bigger the problem you solve, the more people will be inclined to share the results that they've gotten. The bigger result you get for somebody, the more likely they are to talk about it and share that result with other people. And that leads me to, and I almost forgot about this, are you acknowledging and sharing other people's stories? Are you highlighting your customers and your students and your clients and your patients' success stories? Are you sharing their stories with other people? Because it's a lot more powerful to share other people's stories than to just say, aren't I wonderful? I'm so wonderful. Because people don't care if you think you're wonderful. They care what other people think of you. So next, ask yourself, how well do people know, like, and trust me, my business, or my brand? Whatever question is appropriate for you. Rate it on a scale of 1 to 10. 1 being they don't know of you or like you or trust you at all. One of the 3 could be any one. To 10, where you have a great following, people know, like, and trust you, and they just see you and they smile, or they see you and they want to do business with you because you've built that up. How often do you communicate or build or contribute to the relationship that you have with your customers? And that's a how often question. Some of these are how often questions. And then again, how often do you provide more value to your customers? Not just selling them something, but providing them more information, more content, more value, more connections, more touches, more whatever is appropriate for your business. How often do you do that? And then, what frequency are you even connecting or communicating with your customers? Some people never follow up with their customers. It doesn't matter. It's whatever you're doing right now. Where are you right now? Be honest with yourself. Nobody else cares. It's not a quiz. You're not going to get graded. It's just acknowledging, hey, this is where I am right now. Yeah, we don't follow up. I'm the first to admit that I don't follow up with my folks anywhere near as often as I should. Next, how and have you created some sort of a communication system that you use on any sort of regular basis with your existing customers? How do you communicate with them? And how do they communicate with you? Have you created a message, a consistent message and way of communicating who you are, who your company is, what your brand is, what you stand for, what's important to you? Do people even get it? I mean, I don't think people get the Pajama Grandma. I got some work to do. How much do you love your company right now? How much do you love your business right now on a scale of 1 to 10? And I think I mentioned, do you share other people's case studies? On a scale of 1 to 10, how often do you acknowledge and recognize and share other people's success stories, other people's stories? Sometimes it's not their success stories. Sometimes it's like, this is somebody I'm working with and here's where they are right now. And yeah, they're in a really bad way, because that makes the person that you're talking to know that if you can help the person that's in way worse shape than they are, you can probably help them and solve their problem too. And then, how much is your business all about them, all about the customer? On a scale of 1 to 10, how much is your business, your products and services, about what the customer wants and needs and problems you can solve for them versus about you? If it's more about you, be down in the 1 to 5 range. If it's more about them, the 5 to 10 range. And if it's all about them and all about what you can give and how you can serve, maybe your business is a 10. So those are the main questions that I've come up with out of the Women's Summit to say, how can I and what do I need to create in my business and with my brand and with my persona to actually turn my existing customers into lifelong raving fans, people that know, like, and trust me, will share what it is that I offer, will share the results, will stand up for me when I have haters, because that's when you know that you're on the right track. That's it, and they will supersize your business for you. Go out and make it a fantastic day. I'm going to finish up day 3 of the Women's Summit, and of course, I'll be with you tomorrow. Bye.